Welcome to the Open Job Pink Couch. Our guest today is Eamonn Ferrin. Welcome to the couch, Eamonn.
Thank you for having me for the first time here.
I thought it might be how odd because you've been with us for so many years and now you're back heading up ACV and Rouge. And one of the first things I wanted to ask you, Eamonn, is about this summer season. I have someone in your position. It's worthwhile for me to get a sense of it. We hear from a lot of travel agents that things are not as good as they should be. What is your perspective on the summer?
Well, I think it has been challenging. I think, if you look at the weather that we've experienced both in Toronto and out west, almost record degree, some great weather, which always has a dampening effect somewhat on that. But I would describe it as patchy. We've had May was very good, June was a bit slow. I think July and August will be fine.
Yeah.
So not as strong as we'd like it, but reasonable.
Reasonable, and of course, so many market factors affecting what's going on out in the marketplace, and agents I think are doing a good job trying to overcome it, but always looking forward to the winter.
We all do.
To pick things back up again, and you have your new brochure, which I will show everyone. And I have a question for you, Eamonn, that I find interesting. Everybody seems to put a lot of stock into into the actual brochure, the printing of the brochure, the paper of the brochure, the look of it. What does the brochure hitting the market do for a tour operator?
Well, I think it certainly helps stimulate demand, but there is a timing flow to it. Usually the market strengthens in August, September and October, and from then onwards. Obviously our early booking bonuses are all set up to sort of end in August or September or October. They decline, they diminish. The earlier you book, the more you save. So we find it stimulates the market, but certainly August, September and October very strongly. Doing it a little bit early July won't have a huge impact. That's more a group's business. People generally book advance more for the group side of the fence for early bookings.
So let's talk about the winter specifically. Rouge is adding a tremendous amount of capacity into the marketplace. How is ACV's land supporting all of that lift?
Well, remember that Air Canada Vacations is there to sell two great airlines. One is Air Canada Mainline, and of course the other is Air Canada Rouge, our leisure airline. I think it's amazing to think that only 2 years ago we started with two A319s and two 767-300s, and we're already up to 34 as I speak, which is 20 A319s and 14 767-300s. So it's been a phenomenal growth. You can imagine over the period it's been exciting for all parts of the Air Canada family. And we're very proud of Rouge and what it's achieved in just 2 years. So what it allows us to do in Air Canada Vacations is really compete even stronger, if you like, in the context of certainly the sun markets for winter. And we're utilising that capacity to best effect and indeed growing our flights and our frequencies and our share across most markets.
Now, it's been 2 years, as you say, that Rouge is out in the market. Would you say it has overcome the growing pains?
Absolutely. I mean, I think if there was no question, initially we had some few teething problems, but we've really overcome that. I think it's an outstanding product now. I think if you look at it, when I'm asked by a travel agent, I'll always challenge back and say, find me an international network like Air Canada's, find me 66 connector cities that you can go with throughout Canada, find me Maple Leaf lounges, find me Aeroplan points that you can earn and redeem, find me business class or premium Rouge seating on the aircraft, find me great departure times and dates on daily services. So I think we're very proud of both Air Canada and Air Canada Rouge, and we just go from strength to strength.
So tell us a little bit more about what's new for the winter season. Is there anything specific about this massive, I mean it's a major book that you've put out.
Well, I could probably summarize it up by saying it's the most flights, the most frequencies, to the most destinations and the most hotels we've ever had. There's over 525 hotel resorts in there, from 5-star to 3-star. We've widened our program, our privileges program, which is exclusive to over 250 properties involved in that privileges program, which is early check-in or late check-out, which is Wi-Fi guaranteed, which is three meals and preferred rooms and so forth. But one of the key things that we've spent a lot of time on is a new collection, which we're calling the Play Collection, which is really orientating more our product around how we can add value to families.
And here's the Play.
And there are 75 hotels as part of that program. We're very proud of it. It will offer not only year-round kids stay and eat free, but also when they board the aircraft, they'll have priority boarding. Pre-boarding, the families, and they will also have a free seat selection on board for the family, and also free meals as well if they book before the 31st of October. So it's a real strong, much stronger family presence and family focus, and we feel that we can do better there, and we're challenging ourselves to do that every day.
You know, it's so funny, the all-inclusive product, the winter season with the charters, the hotels, etc., it has grown up so much in the last 5 years. I mean, when you think of what we used to sort of loosely term fly and flop, it's no longer the case. The luxury properties, the onboard product, everything has changed.
You have to remember that certainly in the Caribbean and Mexico, it's a global product. I mean, when people are coming from South America, well, from all 5 continents, from Russia, from Europe, of course from the US, which has bounced back very strongly since 2009. And I think the hoteliers themselves have really upped their game in most destinations, to offer really superb product, whether it's for families, catered towards families, or indeed adults, or indeed spa-based product. There's a plethora of great hotel product out there now, and hopefully we've got a lot of it with our 522 partners.
Now, when I had your esteemed competitor here earlier this month, we talked about the fact that you really need to book early, as you're talking about, in terms of the EVBs, because we're looking at all of those BRIC countries, et cetera, really competing for those beds. Are you noticing the same thing?
Absolutely, and I would encourage travel agents to encourage their customers to book early, because this product is under global demand. You're getting significant increases in business from both Europe and from America in particular, and that's putting pressure on available beds. And whilst we do our best to get that early, if you leave it too late, you may not get what you wish. So I would encourage certainly people to book early. And remember, from the travel agent community, the earlier that you book, the more commission you will earn as well. So we think it's a win-win scenario.
The last question I had for you, Eamonn, is the C word, Cuba. It is so much on people's minds, of course, and I think there's definitely a fear out in the marketplace that we will lose our prized positioning in that market. What are you seeing as a tour operator? Are you already starting to see some changes?
Well, we're certainly seeing changes in Havana. It seems at this point to be primarily around a huge amount of demand from the American side on Havana-based products. Not just America, just a very strong impetus for people to get to Havana before it changes. Outside of Havana, so if you look at it, obviously Cuba's a large island, whether it's Holguin or Cayo Coco or Cayo Lago or Santa Clara. There's less of that impact to date, because the US market really hasn't necessarily gone beyond the Havana market. Remember, the Canadians still represent in the region of 40% of all Cuban visitors. So we're still the biggest market, and hopefully we're encouraged by the Cubans to make sure that they look after their long-term friends.
Is there anything you want to add before we shut down?
No, just thank you very much to everyone out there who supports our Canada Vacations. Please continue to do so, and please continue to book us with confidence, and we're glad to be here for you.
Thanks for coming in today, Eamonn. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Nina.